guys, Joe DeMarco from the Crazy New York Driver Show. Today is Friday, October 6th, 2023. Welcome to another eBay video. In today's video, I'm going to be basically talking about this week on eBay, and I'm going to be touching on best offers, because I've got some good things to update you guys on regarding best offers, and other eBay esoterica that I think you guys will find interesting. If you watched my video last week, which I'm hoping you did, you're going to notice nothing has changed. It is still cloudy and rainy. Last week, we set new records. We had the second rainiest month in September in recorded history. That is huge. We also had the single rainiest day in recorded history. We got close to 8 inches of rain. It was horrible. Everything was flooded out. But now I've covered the weather. Let's get into the eBay topics. And I'd like to start off with best offers. As you should know, eBay recently announced that all best offers will now come with immediate payment, which is absolutely great news. This is the best news eBay has given us in years. Now, you don't have to worry about accepting an offer from a person with zero feedback or a suspect account, because you will definitely be paid. But there are two possibilities where things might not go as planned. I have experienced both of them. Number one is if a buyer does not have enough money on his card. For instance, let's say he has only $30 on his card and he sends you a best offer of $75 on your item and you accept it. Now eBay's telling you you're going to get paid right away, so you assume you are. But it can't happen because he doesn't have enough money on his card, and eBay at this time does not have the tools in place to remedy this. So once that happens, he could put more money on his card and buy your item and pay for it, or you could get stiffed. I talked to the representatives last week at eBay Open in Philly, and they said, as I said, it's something they're working on. It's a work in progress. Hopefully at some point that situation can be avoided. Now, something else happened during the week that kind of caught me off guard that I didn't know. I received a best offer from a buyer last week, and it did not say you will be paid immediately. It said you will be paid within 4 days, which I thought was highly suspect. The account had zero feedback. It was started earlier this year and was dormant, meaning he never bought anything. It was located in Canada. I didn't know it, but immediate payment on best offers is not applicable to any international sales. So if someone from Canada or another country sends you a best offer, you will not get immediate payment if you accept. Keeping that in mind, and seeing the zero feedback, and the fact that the account was dormant for many months, I declined. But I didn't block him at that point. By the way, his offer was very fair. It was $75 on a $90 item, which anybody else, I would have snapped that right up. But no, I'm not taking a chance, because I look you in the face and I tell you I doubt I would have gotten paid. So as I said, all I did was decline the offer at that point. I figured I'd wait and see if maybe he'd just go ahead and do a buy it now, because it was only a $15 difference. I mean, not a big difference, and he never did. Now, on the same topic of best offers, I've encountered two other things. Number one, I am getting an unbelievable amount of people offering me 20 to 30% of my asking price. This is not an isolated incident. This has been ongoing all week, and it's crazy. Absolutely crazy how somebody could offer $20 on a $100 item. Naturally, I decline them all, but I don't block them because I want to see what they're going to do next. And 9 out of 10 did nothing. They couldn't get the $100 item for $20, so they packed up their tent and they moved away. But there was one guy that was different. And I want to tell you about that because it's real interesting. Guy sends me an offer of $20 on a $90 item. I don't care who he is. He's getting declined. But I wanted to see who I was dealing with. I was just curious. I clicked on his feedback, and where do you think he was from? He was from one of the 2 worst countries to ever get involved with. He was from Saudi Arabia. Now, I have that country blocked, and rightly so. But he can circumvent the block by having a U.S. address, which he did in Nashua, New Hampshire. So, obviously, I declined his offer, and I took the extra step in this case, and I blocked him. Because I'm not selling to anybody from Saudi Arabia, period. $20 on a $90 item. So what do you think he did next? Something I kind of expected. He then broke out a second account with a feedback of 3 and sent me an offer of $10. He went from $20 down to $10 just to break balls. So I declined and I blocked him once again. Crazy. Just for the record, I had mentioned that was my second worst country. If you want to know what the first worst one was, it's Turkey. Never, ever going to ship to that country. I had a person this week alone contact me in the middle of the night 1, 2, 3, 4 times with questions on the same item, and he's from Turkey. I responded to him with crickets. Now, continuing along the line with best offers, I rarely ever reply with a counter offer because I swear to Christ on the cross in Brooklyn, they never, ever buy. I don't care if you ask $5 more. They never buy. I had one the other night, sent me a best offer on an item I had just listed. I had just listed the item no more than an hour or 2 prior. And I know if I'm willing to wait, I may have to wait a month, but if I do wait, I'll get the asking price or damn close to it. And this guy sent me an offer of about 60% of what I wanted. In this unusual case, I decided to test the waters, and I responded with a counter offer of maybe 80% of what I wanted. And he immediately declined, like that. If he couldn't get it for his price of 60% of what I was asking, he wasn't interested. I never, ever send a counter offer because in eBay Motors, I've never had any luck with them. If they want to send me an offer, that's fine. I also had a couple of people this week write to me and say, will you accept, let's just say, $40 for your item? Or, even worse, the one I really hate, what is your lowest price on this item? This seems to be very pervasive in eBay Motors when people send the most annoying message through the contact system saying, what is your lowest price? Those are people that will never buy your item. I always respond to them with basically the same line. Try and get it locally. This way you will save on shipping. And do you know, they never, ever contact me back? It's important to realize Let's say the cheapskate wants to spend, for arguments, $20 on a $100 item. He could easily send the best offer of $20. But they won't do it because now that offer is binding if we accept. About 2 weeks ago, I had a customer write to me through eBay messages and said, I'm interested in buying these items for $50. Let's say I was asking $100. He says, I'm interested in buying these items for $50. But when I go to put in the best offer, eBay is asking for my credit card number, and I refuse to give eBay my information. I swear to Christ, I'm not lying. This happened. What does that tell you about this particular buyer? It tells you he has no intention of actually paying for the item. He's just testing out the waters. So I responded to him and I said something like, oh well, I guess you won't be getting these items, will you? LOL. And he replied back to me, I don't want your crap anyway. In my humble opinion, I fervently believe that he had no intention of paying for my items. He was just curious as to how low I would go. If he was legitimately interested, he would have entered his card information and done business. And his feedback was over 1,000. So I don't know how he's paying for anything else if he's not willing to enter his credit card information. Crazy, isn't it? Sales have been much slower than usual. I'm down approximately 26% from what I usually sell. And this is not just affecting myself, this is across the board. I talked to a lot of other sellers in Philly last week, and almost everybody is down significantly. It seems to be a trend online that everyone is down, and I think it's the same on Amazon too. I don't think this is an eBay issue whatsoever. It just seems to be the way things are going. My returns have basically been steady. And again, when you're selling online, returns are going to be part of doing business. I don't have a problem at all with legitimate eBay returns. But one of the things that really bums me out is when people circumvent the eBay return system. That is absolutely the stupidest thing any buyer can do. Number one, they lose all buyer protection. Number two is they ain't getting their money back, okay? The eBay return system is in place for a reason, to protect both the buyer and the seller. I don't understand why people have the audacity to send stuff back, circumventing the return policy, with a little love note that says, I want a refund, or I want credit to my credit card. This has been something that's happened on and off since I joined eBay. And it still happens to this day, and it happened this week. All refunds must be processed through the eBay return system. Okay, guys? Fair is fair, and right is right. eBay makes strict rules, and they make sellers adhere to them. And hey, that's part of being an eBay seller. But you buyers, you have to respect the rules too. If you want to return something, do it through the eBay return system. It's very seamless and it works quite well. This has actually been a very slow eBay news week, so I really don't have a lot of things to report today. I also hope you guys appreciate that I've ad-libbed this entire video with absolutely no notes, cue cards, or anything whatsoever. Alright? So, yeah, that's basically it for this week. I'm Crazy New York Driver, and you're not. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you guys make a ton of money on eBay this week. Rock on, and peace.